everybody sleeping? Can you hear me, MSR? I wanted to share with you. I'm sitting here in my living room eating snacks and smoking the devil's lettuce while somebody else is standing in line at Disneyland. Check this shit out, guys. Look at this shit. Who needs to pay $200 to go to Disneyland anymore when you can have a streamer go for you for free? I don't have to actually go to Disney anymore. I've said this for a minute here.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Disneyed out, and I haven't been to Disney in a decade.
We have a liftoff.
This is a public service announcement.
Bitches! Yes, rockin' Saturday night. I took a nap on the floor, and now I'm here, so... It's not a pew-pew, that's my air freshener. So, we're gonna be watching something on Netflix, which I will be linking something for you on YouTube to watch, okay? Netflix just came out with a docu-series on Danny Casolaro. I think you might have heard me talk about him. It's the Octopus Murders. He wrote a conspiracy book, but then he was writing another conspiracy book, I believe in the 90s, called Indio, and it was about stuff that happened down here, and he unalived himself, supposedly. And there's also an Unsolved Mysteries episode about it, so I'm gonna link some of the stuff about it. But there was a news reporter who was down here in the Coachella Valley who did like a 50-part series, and I'm gonna link that entire playlist below, and it's really good, and it kind of shows how even though this Danny Casolaro thing happened in the 90s, this octopus case still continued on, and there was actually a family. It was a unalived murder-suicide. It was a murder-suicide of a family, okay? And the father was a DA. And they lived up in, like, Idlewild area. And just out of nowhere, just offed him and his family. And the 911 call, all it was hearing the pew-pew go off for him. It was freaking nuts. This case, and everybody's like, how did he do this? You know, no one understood why, and he had been looking into some cases and saying how he was afraid and wanting to get out. It's a whole thing. And then later on, this guy got let go, but there was a guy that they found down in South America who was a preacher, and he was saying how he used to be a hitman. And he would tell this story about sneaking into a family's house and unaliving the whole family. But then later on, you know, they thought that it was the father that unalived the family and himself not. Nobody knew, and like supposedly there were neighbors that saw someone sneaking in the house and out and stuff, and it was just never investigated. And they ended up bringing this guy back from South America, but then he was like let off, and I don't know what happened with it. But yeah, so I'm gonna link what I can on this case. Crazy. It's something I wish more people looked into, but I understand why, because it's just so crazy, and it's still kind of ongoing, and it has to do with like it reaches into, like, part of it caused 9/11 because of the promise, this backdoor loophole that was in this promise computer software that was used to, like, monitor, like, you could use it to monitor other countries with this backdoor. And so it was just crazy, and it had to do with altering it down here on tribal land. And then also too, they were saying how, like, one of the tribes down here, and I'm not gonna say why because they're powerful, but one of the tribes down here was actually going to be allowing, like, weapons testing for a South American country, and it was like a big conflict thing, and it's crazy. So I don't know how much they're gonna get into in this. It's just 4 episodes, and like I told you, This shit is crazy, and it's still going on today. It's still basically going on today. Oh boy, the octopus murders. Danny Casolaro. I wish that movie had come, or the book he was writing had come out. Indio.
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
Indio. That's all it was going to be called, was Indio. So, yeah, we're going to watch this. Chill.
Should be good times.
Yeah, I'm going to link that shit for you below. The octopus murders. Shit's an octopus. Shit's a fucking octopus. Gotta be quiet, everybody's sleeping. Can you hear me in MSR? Sepmar style. So, we stopped the documentary because Patrick was falling asleep. He's asleep. I wanted to share with you. I'm sitting here in my living room eating snacks and smoking the devil's lettuce while somebody else is standing in line at Disneyland. Check this shit out, guys. Look at this shit. Who needs to pay $200 to go to Disneyland anymore when you can have a streamer go for you for free? All you have to watch is a couple ads if you don't have premium, but damn. I don't know what ride this is, but I'm just like thinking like, what the fuck, like, I didn't have to pay $200. I'm smoking the devil's lettuce, eating my own snacks that cost a millionth of what the snacks are there. And here's this guy, he's streaming for me. I don't have to actually go to Disney anymore. This is a joke. I've said this for a minute here. I'm Disneyed out, and I haven't been to Disney in over a decade. I haven't been to Disney since 2010. Hopefully this camera focuses. I haven't been to Disney since 2010, guys. And I'm Disneyed out because of the amount of Disney streams like this that are on YouTube all day. And the videos. Just saying. I know my hair looks lovely. But I was just like flipping through YouTube. Patrick fell asleep and I'm just like... I'm standing in line at Disneyland, but I'm not. Shit's wild. Only on YouTube. Only on YouTube.
For my money to be spent. The value proposition of the parks is not growing along with the price. If anything, it's getting worse. So I would really suggest looking into what else you can do with your $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and all of the places you can see and do with that kind of money. Thanks for joining me on this very deep dive, and I really am curious to hear your thoughts on the state of Walt Disney World right now, and if you personally think it's worth the money. I genuinely...
It's not worth the money. I'm linking this video. It's already in the playlist, if you can see that. Next day, I've already edited some of this, and I'm like, wow, this is short. Yeah, I threw on my wig earlier. Whatever. So yeah, I'm like, wow, Keisha, you just didn't give a shit. Didn't. Disney is expensive. We watched this video, and I'm like, okay, like, is Disney, like, because usually there's people doing videos on, like, Disney prices and shit like that. I'm like, so is there anybody who's been, like, talking about Disney? Sure shit, here's a video. Here's a couple videos that were somewhat recent. And this guy was talking about, now, I haven't been to Disney since 2010, so, like, in over a decade. And I went before I hurt my back, so, yeah. Like, a couple months before I hurt my back. And I have not been since I've been disabled, so. Yeah. Disney rides are... It would be a waste for me because, like, I can't really do any of the rides or anything because of the jerkiness for my back. So, anyways. $200 just to walk around a theme park don't sound fun to me at all. Especially something that's so artificial. So, yeah, I remember fast passes, and I remember that back in the day that, you know, like, you just get your fast pass and it was like a free thing, and you came back and you, at a certain time, and you didn't have to wait in a line or something. But I'm hearing now that, like, first of all, that there is still a line even if you have a fast pass. And second, it's not fast pass anymore. It's like Genie Plus, and you pay for that. You pay for that. And then sometimes there's like lightning lane where it's even more money. So this couple that in this video I'm going to link, they paid like
$42 and some change
between the two of them to ride Tron for 60 seconds, which Tron's like a 60-second ride. $40
for 1 minute.
And I hear that ride's not even that great. Like, I see that ride and I'm like, that would hurt my back. That would hurt my back to be like, that's not a me ride, but like, what? Can you imagine? And I can't imagine, like, people who take their kids, because Disney, I feel like they prey on the whole, like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You're only coming here once with your kids. You're making memories. And they kind of get you that way. And so it's like, it's kind of gross, and it just, like, I don't know. And it seems complicated to have to buy those passes and stuff, so yeah. I'm sorry this vlog's a little bit shorter today, I think, but you get a vlog just about you get a vlog every day, so yeah. As always, I got the videos linked. I linked some of the videos on the octopus murders. We can talk more about that as I watch more. I saw that, like, everybody is now jumping on the octopus bandwagon and doing, like, podcasts and things like that, like Kendall Rae. So hard to hear her talk vaguely about a case just because it's trending, as opposed to doing a deep dive that would have taken her weeks to understand. Plus, the other thing about the octopus, and when it comes to the things that happened down here that were illegal, there's some things you don't understand unless you were, like, born and raised here and your family was here for generations. There's, like, things you won't understand about how, you know, some of the things work down here, or how the lifestyle is, or, you know, kind of like that. I can't get into more about it because even, like, I was talking about it with Patrick and I'm like, this is kind of like there's always been shit about that case where it's like, this would be fun to talk about, but also I ain't gonna talk about that because I live here and I know how things work down here, and shit's still a Wild West sometimes, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely is.
So, that note, everything is linked in the playlist. As always, I'm sending you guys lots of love. I hope you guys have fun doing whatever you're gonna do. I see you in the next one. Bye, guys.